The Pathways to Knowledge model of information processing identifies 6 stages that students go through when learning to process information. They are appreciation, pre-search, search, interpretation, communication, and evaluation. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The teacher engages the students in an imagery exercise. The students have done some research on famous people to determine what personal qualities might contribute to their success. She asks the students to use their knowledge of their role model to imagine what that person might be doing at this present moment, what their goals are, and what their plans for the weekend might be. As the students visualize their role model, they demonstrate the appreciation stage of information processing.
Well, I'd like to help you synthesize or pull together everything that you've been reading and learning about by doing a little imagery exercise. So just lean back in your chair, relax, you can close your eyes if you'd like. Okay. Now, don't go to sleep on me though. Thinking about what you've read and what you've learned about so far, I would like you to imagine that you are that person. Okay, don't look at your neighbor because that might not help you think about what you need to think about. I would like you to think that you are them right now. What are they doing? It's Friday morning about 9:30. Who are the people that are around them?
The students must compose interview questions for their role models to try to determine what factors have contributed to their success. To help them compose good questions, the teacher reviews the 6 levels of thinking in Bloom's taxonomy.
Okay, Bloom's taxonomy you learned last winter is based on 6 levels. And they rise up like a ladder. How many do I have? Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What is the very bottom level of knowledge that we all need to have before you can get anyplace else?
The teacher helps the students build background knowledge by reviewing Bloom's taxonomy. Then she connects their knowledge to the current task.
Now, when you go to write your interview questions for your project, where would you like your interview questions to come from? The bottom levels or the upper levels? Jonathan? The upper levels. Why? You put your hand down. Those are what?
Those are higher thinking levels.
Okay, they're higher level thinking. And what kind of questions would we call questions from the bottom part of Bloom's taxonomy?
The students decide that the synthesis, analysis, and evaluation levels of thinking are most appropriate for their interview questions. They try to construct questions that promote these higher levels of thinking. The students use the internet to find additional information and images concerning their role models. They evaluate the information they find on each website, looking for appropriate material, bookmarking the best websites, and saving the text and images that they want to use. This demonstrates the search stage of information processing.
Go up just a little bit. It said something here about this site was created by... That sounds like 2 people. Please email us and let us know what you think about our site. Now, from what research you've done so far on John Stockton, well, you haven't looked at this yet. Why don't you take a look at it and see if you think it's a pretty accurate website based on what you've already read.
This is a good picture.
The students gather all information and images they need and combine them in HyperStudio presentations about the famous personality they chose. This demonstrates the communication stage of information processing.